Hey anime fanatics, welcome back to the second part of Solo Leveling, where our boy Jinwoo has the ultimate glow up, where he goes from hard pass loser to all hail the dungeon hero.
Go watch the first part so you're all caught up. Thanks.
Once ignored by nurses, Jinwoo's now the hospital heartthrob, with one even asking for his number. Our thick-skulled hero, thinking she's just being professional, hands it over. One day, China is watching an interview of S-rank hunter Yunho when she realizes she's late for school. Rushing out, she bumps into Jinwoo and finally notices his transformation, ripped muscles and a taller frame. After sending her off, Jinwoo checks his stats and decides to boost his intellect, suspecting it's tied to magic. Just as he levels up, his landlord calls about overdue rent as an E-rank hunter. Jinwoo's stuck with low-paying quests and he considers getting reevaluated, but decides against it to avoid unwanted attention. He catches a lucky break when he gets an offer to join a C-rank dungeon raid for 2 million. The catch? No profit share, and he's the designated pack mule. The leader, Hwang Dong-suk, assures him it's an easy gig despite the concerning lack of a healer. Jinwoo signs the sketchy contract and meets Yu Jinho, a D-rank hunter wearing sparkling gear. Inside the dungeon, things feel off right away. No glowstones and a horde of beast ants lurking. Jinwoo senses danger from above and warns the team, who brace to fight. Hwang's squad handles the ants like pro exterminators, but as they collect loot, one hunter notices the scars on the ants, hinting at something nastier nearby. Jinwoo's suspicion of Hwang and his crew grows as this deal is too sweet to be legit. They enter a web-covered chamber packed with mana crystals worth billions. Goody Yu asks Hwang if Jinwoo can get a share, and Hwang surprisingly agrees but insists they focus on the boss first. Conveniently, someone forgets the gear, and the team heads back, leaving Yu and Jinwoo to guard the chamber. Totally not sketchy, right? But surprise! Hwang and his crew lock them inside. What an evil bitch move. Jinwoo recalls Mr. Song's warning about hunters using weaker members as boss bait. The boss, a giant spider, wakes up and Jinwoo braces for his first serious fight. Meanwhile, Hwang and his team, waiting outside, reveal their plan. Let the boss chow down Jinwoo and Yu, and then steal the loot and use expensive armor. Inside, Yu freaks out, begging Jinwoo not to fight. But Jinwoo, feeling fearless, charges at the boss. His attacks barely scratch the beast, and Yu, wide-eyed, starts suspecting Jinwoo might be a false ranker. Basically, hunters who hide their true power and are rumored to be unhinged. As Jinwoo fights, his fatigue hits 50%, and he realizes he needs to go for the boss's weak spot. After a dramatic dash and a quick recovery, he lands a perfect strike, paralyzing the boss and taking it down. He's relieved he saved his quest points, or he might have been Spider Snack. Yu, now totally starstruck, calls him Sir, and offers water while mining mana crystals to stay on Jinwoo's good side. As they catch their breath, the evil crew returns, laughing off the dead boss as just an oversized spider Yu must have defeated. Hwang, recognizing Yu as the son of Yu Myung-hang from Yujin Construction, offers him a choice: kill Jinwoo and join their gang, or die. Yu, trembling, chooses loyalty and stands by Jinwoo. The gang, unimpressed, draws their swords and closes in. Just then, Jinwoo gets an urgent quest notification. Great timing. Distracted, he takes a hit and goes down, bleeding and questioning how he got so cocky. On the brink of death, the system gives Jinwoo a brutal choice: kill or be killed. Realizing the system is on his side, Jinwoo calmly gets up and approaches the gang. One hunter mocks his low rank, only to be decapitated in a single swift move. The system marks 1 down, 5 to go. In full survival mode, Jinwoo quickly dispatches the gang, leaving only Hwang, who finally realizes Jinwoo took down the boss. Confident in his C-rank steel-hardened body, Hwang is shocked when Jinwoo smashes him into the ground like a ragdoll. Desperate, Hwang turns into a begging mess, offering everything to save himself. When that fails, he tries to intimidate Jinwoo by mentioning his powerful brother, but Jinwoo has a quest to finish. One swift strike later, Hwang is headless, and Yu is puking from the horror. As the dungeon begins closing, Jinwoo tells Yu it's time to leave. Outside, they report to Coordinator Lee that all the C-rank hunters died. Distracted by Yu's fancy gear, Lee assumes he took down the boss and saved Jinwoo. After she leaves, Yu thanks Jinwoo for saving his life. The next day, Manager Woo hears about the raid and doesn't think much of it until his subordinate mentions that Jinwoo, the survivor of the double dungeon incident, was involved, and the notorious Wang was among the dead. Meanwhile, Jinwoo, once seen as a cheapskate by Gina, surprises her with a lavish lunch thanks to his new loot. As they eat, he reflects on killing 6 people without flinching, but his priorities are clear: protect his family and survive. After taking a sip of beer, he gets a notification that it's harmful, so naturally, he finishes 4 cans. Oddly, he's not drunk, thanks to his skill breaking down the alcohol. A few days later, Jinwoo receives a surprise call from Yu, who wants to meet. Curious, but cautious, Jinwoo meets him at a cafe where Yu discusses his plan to complete 19 raids and become a guild master to impress his dad and inherit the family business. Jinwoo isn't interested. Yu sweetens the deal with a building worth $30 billion. Jinwoo's old self would have jumped at the offer, but with his new powers, he's aiming way higher than $30 billion. He declines, even when Yu tries to guilt trip him with an "I'll keep your secret safe" plea. Jinwoo gives a hard pass. Meanwhile, Wang's vengeful brother is gathering intel on Jinwoo and Yu, plotting revenge for his brother's death. The next day, Jinwoo doubles his daily quest figures to level up his training. This triggers a secret quest, rewarding him with the key to the Demon Castle, a dangerous S-rank dungeon where he can find the Elixer of Life, which could cure his mother. Excited but cautious, Jinwoo enters the hellish dungeon, ready to bail if needed. But as soon as he steps inside, he's confronted by the stinky breath of a 3-headed gatekeeper. He leaps into action, slashing at the beast, but it barely flinches and retaliates. Jinwoo activates his murderous intent, stabbing one of the beast's heads, but it's too strong. The beast yeets him away, chomping on his arm, making him scream in pain. It then shifts into beast mode, giving Jinwoo the beatdown of his life, dropping his score below half. Desperate, Jinwoo uses total recovery to regrow his arm and attacks again, but the beast is relentless. He barely escapes, dodging and weaving to buy time. He tries to use his teleportation stone, but loses it in the chaos. With his score falling, frustration sets in. How will he survive this? He buys healing potions to boost his score, but needs a finishing move. Then it hits him. The beer! Remembering how the system broke down the alcohol, Jinwoo summons a bottle of poison and drinks it just before the beast attacks. When the beast tastes his blood, it gets poisoned, weakening enough for him to launch a final attack. Jinwoo's strikes finally damage the beast, but the fight is brutal. The beast grabs him in its mouth, and in a last-ditch effort, Jinwoo repeatedly stabs its eye. His will to survive prevails, and he takes down the beast. Exhausted and badly injured, Jinwoo collapses. After defeating the gatekeeper, Jinwoo levels up, and his injuries begin to heal miraculously. After a quick rest, he checks his rewards and finds a scroll with the formula for the Elixer of Life. To create it, he'll need 3 rare items from the Demon Castle, but decides to wait until he's fully recovered. To level up faster, Jinwoo agrees to join Yu on 19 C-rank raids, with one condition. They'll go in alone, with Jinwoo handling the action to avoid unnecessary casualties. Yu nervously agrees to the risky plan. Later, Yu rides to the office with his dad, Mr. Yu, who's annoyed at how the Hunters Association lets guilds like White Tiger and Reaper monopolize dungeon resources. Determined to break their hold, Mr. Yu plans to start his own guild. Jinwoo, pushing himself in training, notices extra effort isn't boosting his score like before. When he checks the cursed loot box, he gets with a used bingo card, frustrating him. He's relieved when he gets a notification for a dungeon raid, just like his old comrades Kim and Song, who still bear scars from their last mission together. At the guild HQ, President Beck chews out Choi for sending him on a pointless interview, but Choi has bigger news. Yujin Construction is starting a guild and poaching his members. Beck's frustration deepens when Choi won't explain why he called. As Beck leaves, Hae-in arrives, revealing she declined an offer from Yujin scouts. Relieved, Choi reveals his plan to clear Jeju Island, sealed after a disastrous raid. Haunted by memories, Choi needs Beck and others to get stronger and gather allies. Beck, too, has reasons to join. His two juniors were left on the island, attacked by giant ants. The next day, Jinwoo heads out for the quest, surprising Gina with his lack of gear. On the way, he bumps into Song, who's shocked to see him still whole, assuming a high-rank healer helped him. At the meeting point, they reunite with Juhee, Kim, and another survivor from their first raid, though they're too ashamed to face Jinwoo, recalling how they left him to die. Just then, a car pulls up with three shady criminals, who immediately pass sleazy comments on Juhee. Kang, assigned to keep them in check, quickly shuts them up. Lee then informs the group that these criminals will be their substitute hunters for the raid. Great! When Song asks if he can lead the team, Jinwoo gladly agrees, deepening Song's guilt. Grateful, Song admits that during their last raid, they lost several men under his leadership, and it's only thanks to Jinwoo's sacrifice that some survived. With everyone on board, Song leads the team into the dungeon. And that's a wrap on part 2 of our solo leveling recap. It only gets crazier from here, so hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's next.
See ya.